What's up everybody, it's Erica here from The In-Between. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future Make Money Online reviews just like this one. If you're watching this, chances are you've seen or heard about the Land Hacker program by Kai Andrew. It's all about taking pieces of raw land, flipping them, or developing them into short-term rentals, or even adding ADUs, which supposedly makes them way more profitable. So in this review, I'm going to break down exactly what this course covers, what people are saying about it online, how much it actually costs, and why the business model itself is just not as doable as it's often made out to be. And if you're looking for something that's way more scalable, way less stressful, and actually builds you a business that you own, much like the model I've been personally running for years now that still continues to pay me every single month, then go ahead and click on the link below to check it out. And just a quick disclaimer here, guys, I'm not affiliated with Land Hacker or Kai Andrew in any way. This is all just my honest opinion based on my own research, experience with the program, and what I've seen from other students who have gone through the program. With that being said, let's jump right in. So Land Hacker is the brainchild of Kai Andrew, who's pitched as this savvy real estate investor that's figured out a way to turn cheap pieces of land into highly profitable income streams. The whole course is centered around real estate technically, but instead of just buying a house and renting it out, the whole focus here is on buying raw land, flipping it for a quick profit, and putting money into things like ADUs, which are essentially smaller living spaces built on the same property. Another angle here is turning raw land into short-term rental properties that you can then list on platforms like Airbnb. Kai's whole idea is that land is completely undervalued, underdeveloped, and there's an untapped opportunity if you know how to spot the right deals, negotiate well, and then add renovations that raise the value fast. That's what the whole course is basically supposed to walk you through in a nutshell. Finding land, running numbers on it, building something profitable, and then cashing in through either resale or renting. Inside Land Hacker, you get instant access to training on land investing strategies, including things like raw land flips, ADU projects, and short-term rental setups. The training itself goes into how to find deals, what red flags to look out for, and how to use underwriting tools to figure out whether the numbers even make sense before you buy. There's also a member community where you can supposedly network with other investors, ask questions, and maybe even find partners for different deals. The beginner version of the course is priced at around $2,500 and is pitched as being for people who are just dipping their toes into the land investing world. It includes all of the basics, but if you want to know the real meat of the program, the mentorship package is where Kai tries to pull you in. The full mentorship cost obviously isn't listed anywhere online, but from what I've seen in different reviews, it can hover around $30,000 just for the coaching itself. And keep in mind, guys, that's not even counting the money you'd actually need to buy land or build anything. Even if you do manage to find a cheap plot, you're still talking about thousands of dollars more to buy it, plus more money for permits, improvements, or building an ADU. So before you even break ground on a single project, you're already down tens of thousands of dollars. Now, when it comes to the online rep for Land Hacker, a lot of people say the training gave them a better understanding of land flips and development, but a lot of others complained that the content feels vague, the support is limited, and the mentorship leans way more towards upselling than actual guidance. Kai Andrew does have a decent YouTube channel following with over 164,000 subscribers, but the social proof doesn't really match the size of his online audience. You don't see many student testimonials showing people winning outside of his own platforms, which is always a bit of a red flag. On top of that, guys, some reviews that I have found point out to issues like zoning challenges, hidden costs, and how difficult it can actually be to flip raw land for a profit. So while the course does have its positive reviews, there's also a pattern of students feeling like they paid a lot and didn't get the results they were promised. With that being said, the biggest flaw with the Land Hacker business model is that it's presented like a shortcut, but it's really just old school real estate flipping with a new spin. You're still at the mercy of market conditions, zoning laws, construction delays, and a whole lot of risk that's completely outside of your control. And when you mix in short-term rentals, you're also playing in an industry that's getting way more regulated every year. Cities are cracking down on Airbnbs, zoning restrictions are tightening, and competition is high. On top of that, the margins itself aren't always what they look like on paper. Sure, you can buy land cheap, but selling it fast at a big markup is rare, and adding renovations costs serious money, time, and effort. You're constantly exposed to risk, and you're never really building something that lasts long term. Once you do flip the land, you're back to square one looking for the next deal. So you're stacking risk on risk, you're paying a massive fee just to learn, and you're throwing even more money at land deals that may or may not even pan out. And if you do have the cash, there's still no guarantee you'll even make anything back because real estate markets swing, deals fall back, and building projects can eat you alive with delays and hidden costs. So instead of throwing 30 grand at a course like this and praying your land deal doesn't tank, I'd much rather put all of that energy into something that I can actually control. That's why I will always push the digital rental method instead. It's way simpler, way cheaper, and way more reliable. How it works is I build small websites around local service niches people are already searching for and need all over the US, niches like roofing, junk removal, or in my case, fencing repair. I rank all of those sites to the very top of Google, and once all of the calls start coming in, I rent that same site out to a local business owner in that area who's more than happy to pay me every single month for all of the leads. And the best part is I own all of my sites 100%. If one client decides to cancel on me, I don't lose any of my assets. I simply rent it out to another local business owner that's willing to take on all of the work. So instead of dealing with the expensive headaches of traditional properties, it's more like digital real estate. For example, I built this fencing repair site for Colorado Springs a little over 3 years ago, and that same site still continues to get calls today, and that business owner happily pays me month after month just to keep all of the leads coming. I don't have to constantly rebuild, I don't have to worry about regulations, and I don't need tens of thousands of dollars to get started on the model. I'm talking about building something for a few $100 at most that brings in at least $500 or more in semi-passive income. That's the difference between chasing deals and actually stacking assets that continue to keep paying you 24/7 around the clock. And unlike land flipping or short-term rentals, I'm not dependent on whether or not Airbnb changes its rules or the housing market tanks. I'm in complete control of all of my income and my scalability. And if you ask me, guys, that's what will always set the digital rental method apart from other online business models. All right, guys, that's it for my full review of the Land Hacker program by Kai Andrew. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future reviews like this one. And if you want to learn more about the digital rental method, the same model I use to earn passive income every single month, then go ahead and check out the link in the description below for a free training that covers the whole business model in more detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.